As I've said to some people who I've talked to, I am messing with powers far beyond my comprehension here because, yeah, never thought I'd be able to lay hands on a piece of equipment such as this. This is a UniFi Dream Machine Pro, and, well, it's not mine. I'm only loaning it to evaluate this thing because, well, I've had friends tell me that these things are amazing for what they are, and it's enterprise grade, so it's usually far outside my pay grade, but this thing is amazing for what it is, because it's obviously enterprise grade stuff, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels it's advanced enough, but also simple enough in setup. And I actually have the UniFi app on my phone, or my other phone here, to look into this thing. And I don't want to show the app because it has some personally identifying information kind of front and center, but it's really, really nice. I have this thing just kind of hooked up as a secondary to my main network, because as we can see here, we have this Ethernet cable going to this ThinkPad T430S I used to set it up, because when I got this thing out of the box, it was running an old version of UniFi OS, and yeah, it wouldn't work with the app right out the gate, so I had to manually update it with the ThinkPad. Once I got that done, I just kind of put it on my network. This cable goes all the way up to, pardon my shelf over here, but it goes to this switch that goes to my main router. And yeah, it actually just worked. It picked it up and just actually worked. I'm gonna go ahead and, yeah, this screen is actually just a cute little touch screen over here that you can use to kind of just view things at a glance. I can, just in case there's any personally identifying information on here, you can adjust the brightness. That's cool too. You can adjust the color. Yeah, this is just, for an enterprise piece of equipment, this does not feel enterprise. That's really the best way I can put this. Now, what I wanted to test, sadly I did not get a chance to, well, one of the things was this hard drive bay, which is quite nice, I suppose. I actually have a dedicated QNAP NAS that I use, so I don't really have a use for this, but I mean, it's nice that it's here. Pretty interesting. So you don't have to use USB storage on this thing if you want to, I guess, make a quick NAS out of this thing. I suppose you could also put a high density hard drive in here. High density being like one of pretty significant capacity. So there is that too. But we have an 8-port gigabit switch here, which, again, this is kind of the problem with why I wasn't able to really evaluate this thing to the level that I wanted to, because the main reason I was looking for a new router is because our internet plan is well over 1 gigabit at this point. So everything we have here is 1 gigabit. So we are leaving a fair amount of performance on the table by using gigabit stuff, gigabit routers and all that stuff. I ended up buying a fairly expensive router that, yeah, I didn't buy it, I financed it, because the monthly payments for that thing would have basically been the same as renting a gateway from Xfinity, which I did try that, and that kind of went horribly, but that's for another video. So this is one of the things that came up in my research, and again, my friend said, hey, you can use this one for a minute if you want to test it. Sadly, the only multi-gig ports on here are the SFP ports, and I have SFP dongles, but these are only for connecting to another SFP appliance. So yeah, kind of stuck there because I can't run my modem over SFP. So but just using this thing to just get an idea for like the UI, the user experience and such like that, I mega want one of these already, even though I'd have to spend a fair bit of money on the SFP modules to get this thing fully working, and then I'd have to buy an access point for the wireless, because this doesn't do wireless right out the gate. And yeah, you could probably just put any dumb wireless router in bridge mode on here is a wireless access point. But from what I understand, the whole appeal of UniFi's stuff is being in their ecosystem. So kind of kills the point, but the Dream Machine Pro costs like $379, and at the end of the day, when I'm done with the router I bought, that thing costs about $500 for an all-in-one unit from ASUS. And yeah, I could have bought a Dream Machine Pro, but once I bought everything I would need to go with it, I would be kind of over what I would have spent on the ASUS anyway. So maybe in the future I will buy one of these and it'll be awesome. But yeah, I just thought I'd make a quick video about this because it's dumb and stupid and someone out there may like it. I do know this ThinkPad is going to get some time in the future. Right now, just really busy, so haven't been able to really do much outside of things like getting ready for March and Tosh, even though I'm not going to have much of a showing for that either. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this dumb little thing, this idea I had to shoot at, what time is it? 3:41 in the morning, because I can't sleep.